the stands. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Starting up front will be Kyle Holden and Aaron Russell. Austin Habel and James Harris have the second row. Chris Sawyer, Stephen Pless have the third row. Stephen Gibson and Joe Gregory have the fourth row. Dan Oliver, Tyler Meeks rounding out the top 10. William Mann Jr. in 11th, Harley Barletta in 12th. 13th is William Mann Sr. and Charles Whitehead in 14th. Robert Wynn Sr. and Joshua Corner rounding out the field. Everybody getting lined up on the grid for, wait a minute, the Tails of the Turtle. Just saw that on the wall. Just waiting for the last few drivers to take to the grid here. If you have a favorite driver in the field, make sure you drop in the comments. Tell us who you're cheering for here tonight. All the drivers start rolling. As we get ready for the green flag here at Chicagoland. Chicagoland, a very unique track due to the back straightaway, just isn't straight. There you see that back straightaway is curved all the way around. There's actually nowhere on this track that the track is straight. It'll be fun watching this one from the in-car, which we'll get to early on. Pace car leads them around, getting ready to go green. 100 laps around Chicagoland. Pace car is in. The season opener about to begin. Barney the Flagman drops the green. They're underway in Chicago. Down towards turn number 1. Everybody sending it in. Kyle Holden quickly pulls ahead. Austin Habel shoots to second. Chris Sawyer on the bottom making his way up to third. And quite a run down the back straightaway. Everybody working up to speed here. They are running the high downforce package here. Punches a huge hole in the air and allows the guys behind to get a massive run. We've got a car on the grass. Stephen Pless already off in the grass. No caution yet. He gets back on. We've got another car, William Mann Sr. Let's see what happened to Pless. Coming down out of turn 4, he comes down across the nose of the 25, just loses the back end a little bit, but keeps his foot in it, gets back up on track, and what happened with William Mann? Oh, William just gets that outside wall, goes down through the grass. And our apologies, we just got the job to broadcast this today, so that replay thing obviously a little bit off. Kyle Holden still has the lead, but James Harris has the fastest lap so far as he makes his way up into third, now battling for second. Down the back straightaway, everybody there's a battle almost everywhere on track right now. Harley Barletta and Chris Sawyer battling it out. Tyler Meeks up on the high side. A little bobble coming through the turn. Dan Oliver down on the bottom. Let's check on Stephen Pless a bit behind the gap, as is William Mann Sr. Both drivers trying to find their way back up to the group. Robert Wynn in the Metallica car starting to make his way forward. Up 4 spots into 11th now. Has one of the best seats in the house. Let's take a ride in the car. Down towards turn 1, you see they're spread out all over the place. Multiple grooves through the turns here. Down towards turn 3, trying to get the draft to pull up. Watch Robert Wynn on any race that is fuel or tire sensitive. He is always one that is exceptional at saving the tires. Hopping up into Stephen Gibson's car, he's got a little right front damage on the car. And a little loose out of turn 2. He might be coming to pit road. No, he is going to stay out, but he is definitely losing ground. James Harris has made his way up into the lead. Stephen Gibson is on pit road. James Harris to the lead, but a lot of battling going on back behind, as here comes William Mann Jr. and Harley Barletta, both up 7 spots, as is Tyler Meeks. Talking to the drivers during practice, a lot of them really happy to be back in this car. Oh, Junior, way out of shape down the front straightaway. Stephen Gibson rolling off pit road. James Harris in the lead for the moment, but the draft is going to play a huge, huge factor here tonight. And here comes Tyler Meeks on the high side. Tyler gets way up towards the wall through 1 and 2, but man, he's got to run. Kyle Holden hops up to help him. James Harris slides back into third. Harley Barletta now in 4th. Aaron Russell back to 5th. William Mann Jr. after that incident holding on to 6th. A lot of drivers going to the apron, but as we saw with Junior, man, you get down there, there is a big transition. Even on the front straightaway, there's a huge transition between the banking on the straightaway and the banking on the apron, can cause the car to get really unsettled. Tyler Meeks now in the lead with Kyle Holden in 2nd. 10 laps in, and you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. I'll shut up and you guys turn up the volume, crank it up. All right, back at it, lap 14, and Tyler Meeks still holds that lead. James Harris trying to fight his way back up toward the front. Stephen Gibson in danger of losing another lap here. Austin Habel had some problems a few moments ago as well. He's on the verge of losing a lap. James Harris looking down to the apron trying to get to the lead, but Holden comes by on the high side. Harley Barletta still up there with him. Four cars battling for the lead. Aaron Russell, Dan Oliver, William Mann Jr. all right behind. William Mann Jr. starting to lose a little ground. Aaron Russell and Dan Oliver, might be the two smartest ones. They are not fighting in this, trying to save a little bit of tire. See if they can make this thing, this car last, and maybe make some moves late in the run. Stephen Pless still quite a ways behind the lead group, about 10 seconds back, 5 seconds back from Joe Gregory. William Mann Sr., another 6 seconds back from him after that earlier incident. Tyler Meeks still holding the lead here. Now Harley Barletta making a move on the high side for second. Kyle Holden down on the bottom. James Harris goes this time with Barletta. Oh, Dan Oliver almost gets the wall on corner entry into turn one. Tire fall off already becoming an issue. Tyler Meeks' fastest lap, 30.3. He's now 1.5 seconds slower at 31.88. Tire wear could come into play a lot more than expected here tonight. Dan currently runs in fourth, Kyle Holden in fifth. Aaron Russell now coming up into the mix. Dan Oliver losing a couple of spots there, but still up 3 spots from where he started. The top 3, though, Tyler Meeks up 9 spots. James Harris up 2. Harley Barletta up 9. And another driver starting to make his way forward. Robert Wynn Sr. up 7 spots now into 8th as he battles with Joe Gregory. Chris Sawyer not far behind in 10th, still within the draft, as is Charles Whitehead. Actually, Charles looks like he might have lost the draft here. William Mann Jr. has drifted back into 7th. Dan Oliver still holding on to the lead group in 6th. Harley Barletta now back into 4th. Tyler Meeks still holds the lead. I was about to say it looks like things have settled down, but here go Kyle Holden and Harley Barletta again. James Harris still trying to find the run to get to the lead. Joshua Corner did not take to the grid, the only driver of the 16-car field not in the race. Everybody's still in it. Robert Wynn Sr. rather still holding on to 8th, all over the back bumper of William Mann Jr. This second group's getting single file, trying to reel in the leaders, but now Wynn drops down to the bottom. Can't make anything happen. Joe Gregory has a bobble off turn 2 as he gets a run, gets by Wynn. Tyler Meeks still has the lead. Now lap traffic coming into play as they come by Austin Habel. The top 4 still nose to tail. That second group, the 2 cars by themselves, Aaron Russell, Dan Oliver, staying single file, trying to reel them back in. Now Joe Gregory has gone to the front of this second big pack, bringing William Mann Jr. actually starting to fade on the bottom. Chris Sawyer in the mix. And the 23 of Stephen Gibson, after the early unscheduled stop, is in the mix in this second group. Gibson does not appear to have taken tires on that pit stop, just repairs. The top 4 now getting single file, trying to open up a gap. Aaron Russell, Dan Oliver now have a lap car in the mix. Oh, and a little bit of a blink out of Dan. This second group now led by Joe Gregory. Still trying to reel in the leaders. That 2-car group ahead, just 3 seconds ahead, and they are gaining quickly on them, but they are losing ground to that lead pack. They're going to have to catch those other 2, Dan Oliver and Aaron Russell. They're going to have to get to them, and hopefully that bigger pack can draft back up to the lead group. But that lead group staying single file for the moment. Not anymore. Kyle Holden drops down to the bottom. Harley Barletta looking under James Harris. Now they're battling. This could help bring in those groups behind. Tyler Meeks so far has led the most laps, but man, he almost gets the grass that time. James Harris now comes by looking for second place. Kyle Holden still trying to fight hard. He comes up and almost squeezes Harley into the wall. Dan Oliver starting to pull away from Aaron Russell. Joe Gregory now quickly gaining on Aaron. This second group starting to stay in line and work together here. And that second group actually starting to fall apart a little bit. Robert Wynn about to lose the draft. Chris Sawyer further back. Charles Whitehead much further back. William Mann Jr. is the first to come to pit road. The top 4 still battling for position. These 4 have not stopped battling and fighting this one out since the drop of the green flag. And even still, these guys are pulling away from the cars behind. Well, it looks like Dan Oliver is starting to find some speed and gaining on this group. That gap now down to 2 3/4 of a second. Aaron Russell starting to close back in on Dan, only half a second behind. William Mann Jr. has completed his pit stop and is back out on track. The top 4 back single file for the moment. A lot of these guys have raced together for quite a while, so they know each other's tendencies and how they drive. Does make it both harder for the drivers, but a lot more exciting as their opponents can find ways to upset their driving line and to help themselves get around. Dan Oliver, who was gaining on this group, now that they've gone back single file, is starting to lose ground. Now 3.5 seconds back. Aaron Russell still trying to gain some ground here. The lap car in the mix. And now Joe Gregory leading this second group is now about 2 seconds behind Aaron Russell in gaining. But that second group is starting to fall apart as Robert Wynn is losing the draft. Still the 4-car battle for the lead. These guys continue to battle. Tyler Meeks has held everybody off so far. And a lot of bobbling off turn 4. Tire wear definitely becoming an issue now as Barletta goes by James Harris into second. Kyle Holden holding on back in 4th place. Tyler Meeks still holds the lead. Dan Oliver all alone in no man's land, now 4 seconds behind the leader. Aaron Russell still trying to pull up but is losing ground to Dan. Joe Gregory continues to chop away at Aaron Russell, now 1.5 seconds back. Robert Wynn staying about 0.6 of a second behind Joe at the moment. Chris Sawyer back in 9th place, now 6.5 seconds back. And Charles Whitehead in 10th is gaining on him ever so slowly, but now 5 seconds back. Stephen Pless currently in 11th has started reeling drivers in after that early incident where he went off track. He's now into 11th, 1.8 seconds behind Charles Whitehead. Pless blinking just a little bit. William Mann Sr. also had an incident early on. He is now in 12th. Stephen Gibson, after the damage to that car, currently runs in 13th. Austin Habel back in 14th. William Mann Jr. on the freshest tires out there currently runs in 15th. Meanwhile, Tyler Meeks continues to click away laps. And the top 2 seem to be pulling away ever so slightly from James Harris. Kyle Holden now looking to the bottom for 3rd. Harley Barletta, Tyler Meeks staying single file for the moment. James Harris holds on to third, comes out of 2, and starts pulling back up. The draft is such a huge factor at this track, especially with these guys running that high downforce package. They've got a ton of grip. And that big spoiler punches a big hole in the air for drivers to pull up into. Joe Gregory has caught up to Aaron Russell now. Aaron currently runs in 6th, Joe in 7th. Robert Wynn Sr. is now dropped back about 1.6 seconds in 8th. Chris Sawyer in 9th, Stephen Pless in 10th. Having gotten by Charles Whitehead and is now starting to reel in 9th place, Chris Sawyer. That 69 car could be one to watch as he continues to chop away at that gap that he had so early on. Joe Gregory and Aaron Russell battle it out. Joe currently moving up into 6th. Aaron not giving up though on the high side, but doesn't have enough at the moment. While they battle, it's allowing Robert Wynn to pull back up just a little bit. And meanwhile, the top 4 continue to battle as Kyle Holden and James Harris battle it out for 3rd. Harley Barletta, Tyler Meeks still staying nose to tail, and as soon as I said that, Harley looks down to the bottom. And at the line, who's it going to be? It is Harley Barletta at the start-finish line. William Mann Sr., the lap car, now coming into the mix. They're going to come down the back straightaway. The run goes to Tyler Meeks up on the high side. They're 3 wide briefly. Tyler Meeks back to the lead. Kyle Holden now in 3rd, but here comes Harley back. Looks to the bottom. Oh, William Mann Jr. almost comes down into Holden. Oh, we've got a lap car in the wall. That was Charles Whitehead as he lets the leaders go by. The leaders in heavy lap traffic, and Harley Barletta goes back to the lead. Kyle Holden now looks to the bottom for 2nd. James Harris back in 4th now, losing touch with this lead group. And now Kyle Holden looks to the bottom for the lead. Holden down to the bottom, trying to make something happen. Meeks started to look to... Oh! Meeks is coming to pit road. At the halfway point, Tyler Meeks drops in. Some of these drivers looking to stretch the tires and fuel. Fuel likely not going to be an issue in these races, but tires, obviously, going to be a huge, huge factor. James Harris in 3rd has now lost the draft off the 2 leaders. Caution! Looks like we are getting a halfway stage break. This will definitely benefit some of the drivers that had issues early on. A few drivers take their pit stops before the caution. As all the drivers settle in up at the pace car. And here they come. They're coming to pit road. Stephen Pless now coming to pit road. Should see a couple of drivers. Looks like William Mann Sr. gets waved around gets the lucky dog and goes back to the lead lap. Tyler Meeks, after pitting right before the stage, now is waiting on the pace car to get waved back around as Harley Barletta pulls back out on track. And Stephen Pless now gets an opportunity. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Stephen, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Hey, man. It's awesome to see you back out there tonight, and I have to say, a rough start to this one.
Yeah, it got a little rocky there on the start. I completely ignored my spotter. Forgot there was a car down there. Chopped his nose and put on a little show through the grass.
Well, you managed to hold on and save it, and now you're back up here in the fight. You were definitely fast reeling guys in throughout the run. Are you going to be able to get up here and give these guys at the front a run for their money?
We're going to see what we can do. I know I had some speed on the back end of that run, so I was trying to manage tires, but also put in some pretty good laps. If I can keep the tire management under wraps when I get back up there in the pack, I think we might can make something happen.
Well, good luck, man. It was definitely a rocky start, but you're on the way back forward.
Hey, I've already got the mistake out of the way. Let's go get it.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Stephen Pless looking to go, charging towards the front. William Mann Sr. and Chris Sawyer both on pit road. Harley Barletta comes off pit road with the lead. Tyler Meeks waiting to be waved around the pace car. Kyle Holden in second. James Harris is third. Dan Oliver fourth. And Aaron Russell now in fifth place. Joe Gregory, Robert Wynn, Stephen Pless, William Mann Sr., and Chris Sawyer will round out your top 10. Meeks gets waved around. They get ready to stack back up. Stephen Gibson, William Mann Jr., also, and Charles Whitehead. Looks like everybody's going to get waved back to the lead lap. Looks like Stephen's got a fan club out here tonight. James Harris definitely having some connection difficulties here. And looks like they extend the caution by a lap to make sure everybody gets their wave arounds back to the lead lap. So it's going to be the whole 15-car field charging towards the front. And as wild as that start was, this restart is liable to be even wilder. Maybe Van Wilder. Who knows? At some point, somebody's going to have to explain the lemonade stand joke. All right, they're stacking back up for the restart. Looks like Harley's going to choose the outside line for the restart. And what do you say on the restart? We crank it up one more time. It ought to be awfully loud with all these cars and all that horsepower going around. So once the pace car drops in, the green flag will drop. We'll hit the button and you guys can crank it up. Out of turn 4, here goes the pace car, and here we go. Sparks are flying as these guys go around the track. Kyle Holden shoots down to the bottom for the lead under Harley Barletta, but there are battles all of caution. William Mann Jr. involved. Oh, it looks like his dad put him in the wall. William Mann Sr. puts Jr. into the wall. Everybody keeps going, and it looks like Jr. gonna have minor damage. Expect to see him on pit road for repairs. What a wild restart. Junior catches up to the back of the field. Did not see if Senior, I do not believe, got any significant damage. Junior does come into pit road for repairs. And let's see if we can get a quick word with him. Hey, Junior, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, buddy?
Man, I have to say, I have a rule against interviewing guys that were involved in a caution, but I had to break it this time to ask, your dad put you in the wall. How are you feeling about that?
I feel like he was like, I don't care who's there. Screw that guy. And I was the guy that got screwed. So it's mostly comical, you know, nothing to take too personal. But I'll just make sure that later in this season I can return the favor and go, hey, remember? It was okay what happened earlier.
So if your dad ends up suddenly in the wall, it's obviously a major accident, right?
Yeah, like nobody knew what happened, that kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, good luck. Get that car fixed and get back out there, buddy.
Yeah, we put some duct tape on it, and my middle finger is still out the window for him. So we're going to be okay. We're going to get back out.
Good luck, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, we wouldn't be, let's talk to the dad. Hey, Senior, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, go ahead there.
Hey, are you going to be watching your back bumper for your boy?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's probably going to be a little payback here. He should be in front of me instead of behind me.
Well, that's the way to do it. You tell him how it's done, man. Good luck. It is great to see you back out on track, buddy.
All right, Doug. Have a good one.
William, man, seeing you're back out there, and there could be a little, you know what's funny? They have to go to work together in the morning. So it could make for an interesting one before the night is out. We'll have to wait and see, but everybody stack back up. A quickie caution here. Harley Barletta and Kyle Holden on the front row. James Harris, Tyler Meeks on the second. Stephen Pless and Dan Oliver now have the third. Pless is really making that comeback. Here we go. Pace car is in. Barney's got the flag. They fire. Green is in the air. Holden makes a quick jump out to the lead, and Harris a quick jump down to the bottom, going for second. Tyler Meeks all over Harley Barletta's back bumper. Oh, we had some cars scraping the wall down the back straightaway, but everybody holds on to it. Dan Oliver power move down to the bottom. Harley looks down to the bottom. Pless is down on the bottom. And a few cars tapping the wall, including Robert Wynn, who has gone off track. A lot of guys just pushing off turn 4. Robert Wynn Sr. gets the wall, drives it down towards pit road. Back up to... No, he's going to his pit box. Looks like his night may be over. We'll have to see if he makes it back out off pit road. Kyle Holden now opening up a lead. James Harris, Harley Barletta battle for second. Tyler Meeks right there with him. Dan Oliver now has Stephen Pless looking to the bottom. Pless has the run going into the turn. That wall just reaching out and grabbing guys here tonight. Oh! Oliver gets the wall. He's sideways into one, but holds it. Great save by Dan Oliver. He loses several positions. Now back to 8th place. William Mann, meanwhile, up to 7th. And here comes Junior. Now in 8th and set sights on Dad's back bumper. James Harris has Tyler Meeks all over the back bumper. Meeks almost gets him. Meanwhile, Pless looks down to the bottom for 4th. William Mann Sr. is cranking it up, trying to get by Aaron Russell, trying to keep a one-car buffer between him and Junior. Meanwhile, Pless, a little bit of a blink as he moves up into 4th, sets his sights on James Harris, drops down to the bottom. Down the back straightaway, a lot of connection difficulties here tonight. As here goes Pless, he drops down. He's trying to get 3rd from Harris. Harley holds on to 2nd, still a battle on for 3rd. Now Pless has some help from Aaron Russell. Aaron hops up to the high side now. Pless still trying to make something happen on the bottom. And while they're battling, Kyle Holden still holds the lead. Harley in 2nd. James Harris holds on to third place, but here comes Meeks. A little bobble getting into turn 3 for Meeks, but he holds on to it, keeps his foot in it. Pless holds on to 5th, but here comes Aaron Russell and Stephen Gibson. And Barletta's starting to look for the lead. The top 5 go single file for the moment. There's a battle on for 6 as Gibson starts to look to the bottom. William Mann Jr. is now in front of Senior, and he's starting to look like he's going to make it 3 wide. Senior now looks down to the bottom under Junior. Can't quite get there. Meanwhile, Charles Whitehead, who struggled and had problems in the first half of the race, is now up in this fight. But he's got Austin Habel right there with him. Dan Oliver, after that drift through turn 1, has now drifted back into 12th. Chris Sawyer in 13th. Surprisingly, Joe Gregory all the way back in 14th. He was extremely fast early on, as now we've got a battle for the lead. Harley Barletta to the high side. Harley carries the momentum through the front straightaway. Holden still trying to fight on the bottom. James Harris right there with him. Pless now back up into 4th. Meeks back to 5th, has Stephen Gibson and Aaron Russell there. And Junior and Senior nose to tail. Junior now looks underneath Aaron Russell. Barletta still having to fight Kyle Holden here. And Holden has to check up out of turn 2, opens the door for James Harris and lets Harley pull ahead. Pless now has some momentum on the high side as he fights for 3rd. Back behind Gibson and Meeks still battling it out. Junior now in this mix. William Mann Jr. now down to the bottom. Doesn't have the momentum yet. Into turn 3. Gets a good run. And wow, it gets really tight down the front straightaway. Aaron Russell tries to make the most of it while these two are sitting 2 wide. Harley Barletta in the lead. James Harris in 2nd. Stephen Pless now up to 3rd. Kyle Holden back to 4th. Stephen Gibson in 5th. Aaron Russell coming by, now trying to take 6th place or 7th place from William Mann Jr. in the wall. He's going backwards. Senior comes by. The top 3 still nose to tail. 25 laps to go. Kyle Holden has pulled back up into this fight. Stephen Gibson back in 5th, trying to reel this group in. Holy cow! Pless and Holden almost get together. I think Pless may have gotten the wall. Doesn't matter. Pless keeps his momentum up, pulls back up. And the battle back behind, look at this. William Mann Jr. losing ground as Charles Whitehead and Austin Habel come by. Whitehead drops down to the bottom. Oh, Whitehead gets the wall. He's around. We've got another car collected caution. It was Dan Oliver. Here you see Whitehead. He just bounces off the wall. Collects Dan Oliver. They go for a ride. And Harley Barletta continues to hold the lead. Now Stephen Gibson gets an opportunity to get back in the fight. He was trying to reel in the lead pack, and how many do we see come to pit road this time? Will we see everybody come to pit road? Just over 20 laps to go. Harley Barletta leads them down, and it looks like everybody's going to hit pit road. 4 tires and fuel. They hit pit road, and let's see if we can get a word with Stephen Gibson. Hey, Stephen, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, man, it looks like you have quite a bit of speed there. Now you're back with that lead pack. Are you going to be able to do something with these guys?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I mean, tires are kind of wearing out after that long run, so now we got it all fresh set, and I'm kind of reset back up with them, so let's see if I can just manage to keep up with Kyle and them.
It looked like it was getting a lot of fun and a lot of excitement out there, and a few, more than a few close calls in this fight.
Yeah, it was a good battle between us for a good, like a little bit. I don't even know who I was battling. I was a little bit focused there. I was slipping and sliding everywhere out there trying to pass on that high side. But yeah, it was a good battle. I'll be looking forward to watching the broadcast and the replay, and hopefully see what's up with it.
All right, man. Well, good luck. It has been awesome watching you fight your way back up.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Stephen Gibson comes out and in 6th place. James Harris goes to the lead for the first time tonight, moving Harley back into 2nd. Kyle Holden comes out 3rd. Tyler Meeks in 4th, and Stephen Gibson in 5th. Does not look like we have Tyler available to interview, and I'm going to be nice and I'm not going to bother Austin, despite the fact he's fought his way back up into 6th place. William Mann Jr. now has tires and fuel as well back in this fight. Robert Wynn appears to be done, as is Charles Whitehead. Stephen Plass loses a lot of ground on pit road. He is now back in 13th. He's got a long way to go after being up there in the top 4. Lights should be going out on the pace car. They do. They stack back up side by side. James Harris, Harley Barletta on the front row. Kyle Holden, Tyler Meeks on the 2nd. Stephen Gibson, Austin Habel on the 3rd. Joe Gregory, Chris Sawyer on the 4th, William Mann Sr. and Aaron Russell round out the top 10. Dan Oliver, William Mann Jr. and Stephen Pless round out the field. I reckon the lemonade stand a long way to go and a short time to get there. Everybody on fresh tires, less than 20 laps to go. Pace car drops in. And here we go. Green is back in the air. James gets a good jump on the field to the lead, brings Kyle Holden up into second. Harley Barletta gets a little exciting there as he battles with Meeks. Meeks now down to the bottom is going to come up and pull up into third. Stephen Gibson now in 5th, Austin Habel in 6th. Stephen Pless starting to make some moves at the back of the field. Kyle Holden drives it down to the bottom on corner entry, tries to get the nose in under James, can't get there yet. Tyler Meeks now in 3rd, looking to build a run. Harley looks down to the bottom. Harley just drives it deep into 3, pulls up into 3rd. Oh, Harley gets the wall. He drops down to the apron. Meeks is going to come by on the high side. Willing to bet Harley just pancaked the right side of that car. See if we can get a shot on the right side of Harley Barletta's car. Looked like he took a very hard hit into the safer barrier. Damage looks minimal though on the right side, as Kyle Holden fights for the lead. Here's an interesting note. Last time by, the fastest lap of the race was set by Stephen Pless, back in 12th place. James Harris now back to the lead. Meeks and Holden still battling it out for second. Barletta now trying to fight his way back, but Gibson looks down to the bottom. Harley Barletta in 5th. Aaron Russell in 6th. Joe Gregory in 7th. Austin Habel in 8th. William Mann Jr. starting to make his way back toward the front in 9th. In 8th. Austin Habel in 9th. Chris Sawyer in 10th. And they are getting really dicey back here. Stephen Pless trying to find a hole to get into here. These 4 cars still battling it out. Looks like Junior's trying to hold the 25 down. Sawyer ain't having it. And Senior looks all the way to the apron to make a move. Pless starting to come by a couple of cars here. Senior now back to the back. Dan Oliver is on pit road. James Harris still holds the lead, but Meeks is on the high side. Gibson now up, making his way up into 3rd. And Joe Gregory is starting to get into this fight. Harley Barletta looks low on Gibson. Joe Gregory moving everywhere, trying to find an advantage as here we go. Meeks back to the lead, Holden in 2nd. And these cars are everywhere tonight. that high downforce package. Oh! James gets into the bumper on Kyle Holden, backs out to let him settle the car. This high downforce package allowing these guys to put the car in some crazy positions. And as we've seen, make some really gutsy moves. Joe Gregory has now cracked the top 5 and making a move on the high side up into 4th. Barletta looks up into the middle. James Harris now back up into 3rd, trying to fight back to the lead. Gibson right there looking to the bottom. Barletta and Gregory go at it behind. And Stephen Pless is now back up and oh, we've got cars getting loose. Joe Gregory hard into the wall. Caution. Looks like he gets loose. Barletta gets loose as well. Off into the grass, managing to save it. But Joe Gregory, wow. There's Harley. Let's back it up just a hair. There was some contact as they came out of turn 4. Harley managed. Oh! Then Harley gets a little bump from behind. I'm guessing we're going to see a few cars on pit road for repairs. One car that snaked his way through there was Stephen Pless. And Tyler Meeks now back to the lead. They'll go green again with less than 5 laps to go. Joe Gregory headed to pit road for repairs. Heavily damaged car. Everybody's on pit road. Wow. That is a huge surprise. William Mann Jr. stays out. William Mann Sr. The man's the only 2 to stay out. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. But tire wear being what it is here tonight, I don't know if this strategy will work. Joe Gregory looks like he is getting all the... Looks like he is not getting all of his damage repaired. He may have not had his fast repair checked. He might be done. Let's see if we can get a word with James Harris. Hey, James, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
It's a little bit nuts out there, and now you got 2 guys up front with no old tires.
Yeah, and they're both Mans.
I know.
Man, I forgot how fun these things were to drive. You know, it's just these fixed setups kind of suck sometimes. They wear out that right front, but I'm having a blast. A lot of close, tight racing, man.
It has been. The draft really playing a big part in this, and obviously the tire. Man, you guys are getting really gutsy, and with those old tires out there, what are you expecting in this last restart?
To be honest, I don't know because we have 2 Mans on old tires. Me and Kyle are on 2. I think Gibson may be on 2 as well, but it's gonna be kind of nuts, man. I may wear it my right front like I did that first run. I think it was at 38%. So.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I don't plan on lifting at all these last few laps.
Well, good luck and go send it, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, just to confirm, the top 2 old tires. Kyle Holden, James Harris, and Stephen Gibson. Right sides only. Everybody behind them. 4 fresh ones. Oh, boy. So from Tyler Meeks in 6th place on back is 4 Fresh. Man, I have no idea what is going to happen here, but it's going to get exciting. This is one of those few moments where I am really scratching my head on what's about to happen here. The big concern on the restart will be those 2 guys up front. If they are not careful, they will spin the tires and cause the entire field to check up. Right sides only on Kyle Holden, James Harris, and Steven Gibson may change the handling of the car. If they haven't tested, it can make the car really, really loose or a lot tighter. And when you hear guys saying they are not lifting that last few laps, yeah, it's going to get dicey. It'll be 3 to go when the green flag drops. And all those guys back behind on 4 Fresh tires, well, they're going to be able to put the car wherever they need to, as we have seen throughout this. Although they will have to get those tires. You see them all wiggling around trying to get as much heat into the tires as is possible. Take a deep breath, folks. It's about to get crazy. Pace car leads them out of 4. Pace car is in. Here we go. They fire and are away. No tire spin. They're already 3 wide up front. James Harris makes a move up on the high side. Here comes Tyler Meeks. Oh, Gibson, a big bobble. William Mann Jr. about to get freight trained on the high side. James Harris shoots by on the high side. Tyler Meeks comes with him. Kyle Holden looks to the bottom. They're 3 wide off of 4. Harris blocks down to the bottom. 2 laps to go. It is chaos back behind. Here comes Harley. The top 3, a little bit of a breakaway. Holden gets a push out of turn 2. Almost gets into the side of Meeks, and here comes Kyle Holden. Out of turn 4, James Harris has the lead. It is 2 wide everywhere. Stephen Pless in the mix back behind. Almost gets together with William Mann Jr. He's on 4 Fresh. James Harris leads as the white flag comes out, but it's still anybody's race. Down the back straightaway, it's 2 wide for 2nd place. Holden gets a push on corner entry. He's coming up. James Harris leads him. And across the line, James Harris is going to get the win for the season opener. Tyler Meeks comes home 2nd. Kyle Holden 3rd. Steven Gibson 4th. And Aaron Russell for 5th. And sideways into the wall. Wow. And let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Kyle Holden. Hey, Kyle, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's going on?
You're sliding, and it doesn't look good.
I'm just having some fun out here, trying to burn some rubber off.
Well, you're definitely doing that, man. That was a wild final restart.
Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't get any good draft off anyone except for that first lap, so I was just had to try to hold off Tyler as best I could, and couldn't do it at the end there. But that was a lot of fun.
A couple of close calls with you guys getting 3 wide. The William Manns obviously staying out on old tires made it a bit exciting out there.
Yeah, we had to check up for him a little bit. You know, we didn't want to destroy his race, but he definitely made it interesting. It was definitely a crazy end.
It definitely was, man. Congratulations. What a great way to start the season in 3rd.
Appreciate it.
All right, does not look like Tyler Meeks is available. So we will go and talk to our winner. James, did you think you had it on the restart?
At first I wasn't sure, and then William Mann Sr. went high and said, "Go ahead," because he knew we were faster. And then I don't know if you could see on the broadcast or not, but when I went into turn one on that second lap full throttle, I got so loose. But I told you I wasn't lifting. I didn't lift. So, and I had Tyler right there with me, but man, that was a lot of fun.
We saw you getting loose. We saw Gibson getting even looser going through there. But man, you guys did an amazing job holding on to it there at the end.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope it was a good show. I can't wait to watch the broadcast back.
It was definitely quite a show. I have zero voice left.
Fantastic. That was my goal, was to make you hoarse for the night.
Well, you got it done, man. Congratulations. A great way to start the season.
Yeah, man, for 10-4, thank you.
James Harris starts the season with a win, and what a way to start a season. What a great battle, and looking forward to the rest of this. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Jones BS Racing is back, and that is always a great show. 34 legends and tour mods on some short tracks make for some great racing. A lot of great racing ahead this week. Don't forget to come back every night and tune in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got to go get a lozenge. Y'all have a great night.